Hi, I'm Matt Linnett. I'm here with Brett Telfer today. Brett's the current president of the Surfing with Disability group here in the Hunter Valley. So, mate, just a quick one for people that have never heard about this. What's this group all about? What does it do?
Well, Disabled Surfers Australia is a national body, Matt. We're in every capital city and region of New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, South Australia, Western Australia, and we have a branch in New Zealand, now the North Island, New Zealand. And we offer surfing for people who just cannot physically get into the water by themselves or even with the assistance of their own families. Mm-hmm. They need a group like us to experience the joy that salt water, fresh air and surfing brings to people like you and I that absolutely take it for granted.
Yeah, that's right. It's really special to be able to get in the ocean. So if you couldn't do it without a bit of support, it must be a pretty special thing to have some support.
Washes away a lot of today's ills.
That's right.
Session in the water.
And how did this group come about?
Well, Gary Blatchke, many years ago, 30 odd years ago, had a motorcycle accident. Gary was a keen surfer from the Central Coast and had a motorcycle accident, and when he realised he was out of the water for an extended period of time, realised just how much he appreciated getting back in the water, and that's where it all stemmed from. Gary got a group of people together and formed Disabled Surfers and then took it to all the major centres, and before long it just grew out of basically Gary's own misfortune. Like I said, now we're all over the country.
And his passion.
Yeah. Very much his passion.
Yeah.
I've been on the end of Gary's passion. Gary's very passionate about his disabled surfing, very much so.
Yeah, and good on him for having a go at it. So how did you, or not so much how did you get involved, but why did you decide to get involved yourself?
Well, obviously everyone gets to a stage they're looking for a little bit of something to give back. I'd noticed the trailer on the side of the road at Belmont South for years and wondered what it was all about, and thought it'd be nice to find out, and it wasn't until it was stuck right under my nose that I realised it was something that would involve something that I'm passionate about. And I've been, into it since the day I first arrived on the scene, my first surf day, and got in the water, and it just stuck with me ever since. And got onto the committee straight away and ended up in a position, and now I've been president, I think, the last 3 years. But we've had our ups and downs. The last 12 months certainly has been very, very hard on a lot of sporting groups and a lot of people in general, but more so on our community as well, our disabled surfing community.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is our first event that we'll have run since January 2020.
Right.
We've missed a full season, so this will be our first event for some time. So looking forward to it.
So Brett's talking about first event is on Saturday, and we're filming this on Monday. So that's Saturday the 20th of February,
That's right.
2021. And what was that? You said that you went along for your first volunteer day, and it sort of stuck with you ever since. Well, what was it about that day that stuck with you?
Well, I remember sitting on the back of a board riding in with somebody and just feeling the joy that they had, and to be honest, I got a little emotional about it. It was something that just riding a foamy board and a foamy wave, and just whilst it doesn't bring in a lot of excitement for me, just how much joy it brought these people and the people associated with their charges. They bring these people along that their lives aren't as full as others of our own, and to see how much joy that it brought everybody. You can see on all the volunteers, it's just infectious. Smiles on dials. It really is quite infectious, and it got me right from the start. Unfortunately, now with my role, I don't get as much chance to enjoy the water side of it and the activity side of it with it, but nonetheless, it's not lost on me just how much fun everybody has when they're there and it's on the day.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we can get you back in the water. I don't think that'd be too difficult to arrange that.
I usually try to get wet at least once every surf day.
And I remember the first day I went down as a volunteer. I remember driving away and feeling pretty emotional about the whole thing myself. And I think there's something about a group of people coming together of all walks of life, of you know, all backgrounds and all circumstances, and just getting in the ocean and having some fun together. You know, it's just this. And I think one of the things to recognise is, if it wasn't for everybody involved, it couldn't happen. And one of the things you talked about a little bit before, you know, like some of these people, they may be in, that we're helping now, may be in wheelchairs, or, you know, whatever the circumstance is. And with a carer or, you know, loved one or parent, it's just still not enough, you know, sort of manpower, woman power, people power to be able to participate in this activity. So usually we have about something like 10 or so volunteers per one person participating, right?
Yeah. If we get 20 participants on the day, it's nice to have as many as 60 volunteers, and we'll wear out 60 volunteers in a morning surfing. And it might seem like a lot of people, a lot of volunteers, but yeah, certainly having 3 or 4 volunteers per person in attendance is a minimal requirement. And we need some good, strong, able-bodied young men and women too, good water people. Always need good water people.
Well, it's a fantastic thing, and thanks for steering the ship in the Hunter Valley, in the Hunter region, for the last few years. I know lots of these community-type organisations usually fall back on a few people who are carrying the load, mate. So thank you very much for your
I've got
efforts.
a lot of good support, a lot of good people in key positions, and it's just a matter of guiding those people in the right positions. It makes light work for me, so I'm happy to be involved. More than happy.
So how could people find out more if they, you know, if they've stumbled across this video and they're curious?
Well, you can go to our website, Disabled Surfers, our Hunter branch. You'll see my name, my email address, my telephone. Anybody can call me anytime, or any of the other committee members, James Ritchie and Dave.
What's Dave's surname?
Dave's surname, Dave. There's only one Dave. You'll find it, McNamara. Dave McNamara. Call any of us anytime. Check it out on the website, Disabled Surfing, Hunter branch. And we look forward to seeing you down the beach.
There's a Facebook page too, right?
Facebook page as well. You can look it up on our Facebook page, Disabled Surfers Hunter branch.
Yeah.
For sure.
And if you're not Hunter based, there's, as Brett was saying, there's other places, or there's other, what would you call it, like regional centres, places.
Yeah, Central Coast will be having an event this year, this month. I think Sydney might be in a little bit more of a dilemma with COVID than what we are. Mid-North Coast, Far North Coast, Queensland, Sunshine Coast, all up that way has already had an event this year. So, yeah.
Good on you, mate. Well, thank you for your time.
My pleasure. See you at the beach.